Hi, I'm Vanessa. I write 1920s cozy mysteries under my pen name Vanessa, and I love writing with friends. And today I'm joined by debut author Annisa Avery. She writes gritty space opera thrillers with slow burn romance. Think Cold War spy fiction in space, with found family and dangerous secrets and feelings nobody wants to admit to having. Her debut novel, Starless Hunt, follows elite spy Mira Lozin, whose world unravels after a mission leaves her with fractured memories and a terrifying suspicion that her past might have been erased. By day, Anissa works as a content designer, and by night, she writes fast-paced sci-fi adventures full of plot twists and emotional tension. She's mum to a toddler, who I've been lucky enough to meet and is extremely cute. Wife to a restaurateur and human furniture to two cats and two dogs. So welcome, Anissa.
Thank you, Naz. How are you?
I'm very good. I'm very excited to have you on to talk about your wonderful book, which I've been lucky enough to read this week.
Thank you.
We need to actually get it into the frame. That would be a good start. Yes, it is. It's a fabulous read, and I can't wait to talk more about it and how you wrote it.
Thank you for reading it.
Yeah, that's been my absolute pleasure this week. It's been very, very entertaining. I have to say, when I read the blurb, I think you mentioned in the blurb that it's will appeal to people that liked Andor, and that was my instant in because I absolutely love Rogue One and Andor. That's my total favourites. So that was a perfect comp, I thought, in the blurb for people that will love this book. So what first sparked the idea for the book?
I have always loved Cold War spy fiction. John le Carré is like one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that I write anything like him. I don't. But sort of that wanting to write something that had the feel of a Cold War spy fiction, but a little bit more fast paced, like Andor. And then when Andor came out, I was just like, oh, this would be really interesting to tell a story, but from someone who is possibly on the Empire side, and then what that might look like. Because I feel like in Andor there were so many. What I found really interesting was there were so many places where people could have made different choices, and they didn't. So that's kind of what sparked this was how can I write a story from that point of view where they do make different choices.
Yeah. And what do you think readers will especially love about this book?
I I think the plot twists. I think that's my. I think that's definitely what would. Yeah, I think that's probably the most interesting bits about the book is when you get to a point and you go, oh, I didn't see that coming, but it made sense because I think that's probably, hopefully, when the plot twist comes, people go, oh yeah, that made sense, but I didn't see it coming.
Yeah, and there's a lot of emotion in this book too. I think it's got so many different layers. What do you think emotionally is something that grabs that you are hoping that readers would feel when they would read it?
I'm hoping that what they get out of it is the emotions they feel are to really have a think about what it means to grapple with your identity. I think that's a really big part of the story is who am I? What was my past? How does it define me? Does it have to define me?
Yeah.
So I think like sort of watching someone go struggle with that when so many people also struggle with identity and as they get older and how that changes. I think that's something that probably resonates with people, maybe not in the same way as, Mira does in the book. That's a bit dramatic, but definitely identity. And how that shapes a person. I'm hoping that really resonates with people.
Yeah. And this is your debut novel.
Yes.
And I guess I'm just interested to know when you were putting together the plan for the novel, sort of your elevator pitch or your sort of synopsis that you were working with. How did that might have changed from your original idea to where you landed in the end?
Oh my gosh! I mean, from the very in my very first iteration of this, everyone was actually a mutant and they all had mutant powers.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
it's very different. Yeah, but then I kind of took that out, and but the core of it has always been a spy with memories that she can't explain, and then how she deals with that. But in terms of how the story actually went, I think it went through about 4 or 5 iterations before I landed on what was actually published. I can't say I had an elevator pitch in the beginning. That's just not how my brain works.
Oh no, I think it's not an easy thing to do, and I certainly can relate to starting with one story and ending up with something completely different.
Yeah,
Um,
every writer.
yeah, absolutely. And so, what's it been like releasing your debut novel?
Um, it has been really surprising to see sort of how far it's gone, how many people across the world have actually bought it, considering I didn't do a huge amount of marketing with it, something I definitely regret. Um, I I think it probably would have been a little bit more interesting if I had actually, done things like ARC reviews and stuff like that. But I mean, it is what it is. It's done better than I expected for a debut where I didn't actually put that much work into marketing.
Yeah, I would sort of argue that because your Instagram has been, absolute textbook from a marketing perspective. I think you've got some
Oh,
excellent
thank you.
posts on your Instagram. So I certainly wouldn't be writing yourself off in terms of the marketing that you've done because it's definitely there. And I think it's hard to do everything as an author, and there's a lot of
Yeah,
things that can be in that launching phase, and you learn as you go
yeah,
on. But in the first instance, it really is just about getting the book out. That's a massive achievement to get it out,
yeah.
and then to you've got a lot of fantastic steps that you've already been following in terms of your
Oh, thank you.
brand and as I said, your Instagram and the other marketing that you're doing, and everything else is going to start to flow on from that. So I can't wait to see what you're going to
Uh,
be doing next. Um,
Thank you. That's very kind.
did you always think that you were going to be writing a series, or did you start off thinking it would be a standalone?
I always knew that it was going to be a series, but confession time, I didn't actually know where the series was going to go.
Yeah.
I just knew that it was definitely going to need to be more than one book. So I will say that I do know what book two is going to be. I have a vague idea of what book three is going to be. Do I know whether book three will be the end? No.
I love that. I love that. And did you have any surprise characters pop up? I like to talk about how in my first Lady Marigold book that I have these two children that pop up that have now become series regulars. But when they popped into the book, I had no plan for them. They came from nowhere. So I'm always interested to know if that happens to other people.
Um, yes, definitely. I think Lucas actually was a character who really evolved from kind of a bit of a throwaway character to a key piece of her story. That was definitely a massive, massive surprise in the book. I think he was probably the main one actually, where he went
Yeah.
from literally nothing to not a main character, but a pretty major secondary character.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. And then what do you think that you can tease for readers for what they can expect for the rest of the series that you know so far?
That I know so far. Well, there's going to be another massive twist in book two. That's how I write. I actually figure out the twist first, and then I work backwards from there.
Great. Lovely. Love it.
So yeah, so you can expect another massive twist. You can also expect a little bit of a escalation in the romance because everyone loves a little bit of romance in their book.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and we will also be seeing a new part of the galaxy.
Ooh, exciting. Lots of
Yeah,
fun things to come.
yeah.
All right. Well, we are going to do a writing sprint, a 15-minute writing sprint. And then we're going to come back and have a little bit more of a chat about you and your writing process and what's next for you. But what are you going to work on today in the sprint?
I am working on the next couple hundred words in the next 15 minutes of book two, where it's the beginning, so I can just tell you. Mira has infiltrated a high-end ballroom, and she's about to figure out how she can get out, considering she's just been tagged as a suspicious person.
Ooh, okay. Very, very exciting. And I am also working on chapter one of draft four of my third book. So it looks like we're both starting from the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's set the timer for 15 minutes and then come back and see how many words we got and how far we progressed in our stories.
Beautiful. Let's go.
Excellent. See you then. All right, that is our 15 minutes done.
How'd you go?
That's good. Oh, yes, that was very, very good. Actually, I ended up getting 525 words.
Oh my gosh, you are such a fast
I,
typer. I do not type that fast.
I tend to get a lot of words in the sprints for this draft because it's like literally now the final. Like I've already written this book
Yeah.
3 or 4 times, and so I know it pretty well by now. Especially chapter 1 because that's the one I've written a lot.
Yeah.
But it's very funny because I was writing a funny scene with Marigold's dog Pepper while my own puppy is outside whining, barking, scratching, and probably up to no good.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll discover what that is afterwards. How did you go?
I got just under 300. Like I said, I am not a fast typer.
That is a solid effort, though, for 15 minutes.
Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. Better than I thought.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It adds up. Do you tend to write in sprints, or do you have dedicated times that you write, or?
So with a toddler, it means that I don't actually have a huge amount of time to write. I have my 45 minutes to an hour in the morning before she wakes up.
Yes.
And then any other time that I have throughout the day could be 15 minutes, could be an hour, who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I like to write in sprints. Obviously, I started this channel to write with other people. It just makes the words just add up so much so fast, and then it doesn't actually feel like I've been writing when I have been.
Yeah, I fully understand that. I think one of the tips I've seen recently bandied about a lot is using dictation on your phone. So I've actually started doing that as well in sort of the little chunks of time.
Yes.
Because I mean, even if it's only 50 words, that's 50 more words that you didn't have before.
Absolutely, and it's really helpful when you're doing that very first rough draft, sort of where you're telling yourself the story.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Permission to
but
write
some
badly,
people
right?
can actually dictate the whole novel. Like some people will just get their dictation machine and go for a walk for a couple of hours and write. Like that's my dream. I would love to be that. It's like two birds, one stone. But I'm not there yet.
I feel like that's a practice makes perfect thing, right? Like I think just do it.
Yeah. It's definitely a different process, but I think the dialogue in particular is much better when you are speaking it out loud because of course you're hearing what it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as awkward.
Yeah, but I do find description difficult in dictation. But you're right, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it.
Yeah.
But everyone writes in different ways, don't they? So I'm interested, as always, to know what kind of planning process you have. Do you plot? Do you just sit down and start writing? Do you have to think about things a lot?
I think I am a reform pantser. I still definitely enjoy pantsing, but I find that I don't particularly like the huge amount of wasted words that come with it. So I do plot. I use Save the Cat, but I just do the 5 like major points. And then, like I said, all of my writing is always to what's the plot twist? How do I get there from there?
Yeah.
From the beginning. Yeah. So that's kind of the extent of my planning. But it does take a long time to think about a good plot twist. So, which is why, it's taken me this long to start the book.
Yeah. And have you ever done the Clifton Strengths quiz? Because I think that's a
I love questions. Love Becca.
Yes. And what is your top 5? Do you remember what they are?
My top 5. Oh gosh, I do. So, futuristic.
Yes. That's very on brand.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Futuristic, learner, intelligence, focus, and activator.
Oh, that's a really good mix. Yeah, I really love that.
What about yours?
So 4 of my top 5 are strategic. So I think I'm like intellection learner. I can't remember the others. Yeah, I'm literally all about the thinking. So I have to do a lot of thinking before I can write. So I do a lot of writing in my head first. And so on that basis, dictation probably should work for me better than it does. I just love hearing about, people's strengths and then how that aligns to their writing process. It's just fascinating how we all get to the same place at the end, but we all start and go through the process in a completely different way.
Yeah, it's the best thing I think about having a chat with other authors is just to see if there's anything that you could actually adopt or even try out.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And what do you find is the hardest? Do you think the beginning, middle, or end is the hardest to write?
Uh, I think the ending actually, because you kind of want to you kind of want to wrap everything up in a nice bow, but then leave enough threads to make people want to read the next book.
Yes.
And it has to be, you know, plot-wise satisfying and emotionally satisfying and character satisfying. That's by far the hardest thing to try and do.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, and so you're working on book two of this series?
Yes.
Very
Yes,
exciting.
working on book two.
And have you got a rough time for when that's going to be launched?
I'm
Not ready to say yet.
aiming I'm aiming for September for book two. Book
I
two
think
release.
that's a lovely goal.
Yeah. Yeah. What about you for your next book?
Yeah, so I think a lot of people in our writing group are sort of have got August deadlines because we have the RWA Australia conference in August.
Of
So
course.
we're sort of hoping that we all can have celebratory drinks when we've finished all of our projects in August. So so that's my tentative hope. But before then would also be nice. This book has been a long time coming. I've been a little bit distracted writing other things, but it's been nice to get back into this world and these characters. And I'm really looking forward to being able to release this book. And we'll just see how things go from there. And I signed up for your newsletter, so I'm looking forward to seeing your newsletter when it comes out. Is that a monthly newsletter?
Thank you. It will be a monthly newsletter. I actually haven't sent any because I didn't have any subscribers until
Right. Well, now you
about
have
a week
one,
ago.
and hopefully
Yeah, so
you
now
will
I
have many
actually have to
more.
write. Yes, I actually am writing a newsletter exclusive as well, sort of like a little prequel adventure of Mira and Lucas's. So you will definitely get that as well, along with anyone else who does
Really
sign up
looking
to the
forward to
newsletter in the future.
Yeah, fantastic. And is that something you're also going to share on your Instagram?
Yes, of course. If anyone wants to sign up to our newsletter, and then they can read that.
What's the best place for them to go to sign up?
The best way to sign up is AnnisaAvery.com, ANNISAAVERY.com. There's newsletter sign up links there, and that'll come with in the future bonus scene sneak peeks, and I'll probably be asking newsletter subscribers as well to help me come up with things in the book.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see that. And of course, everyone should check out Starless Hunt, which is a fantastic read. Lots of twists and turns, as we have been teasing, and well done. It is just a fabulous read. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's an absolute credit to you as a debut to produce something of this high quality that not only is a great read but also that looks so fabulous. I love the cover, and I love all of the branding that you've got going on with your website and your socials and how you've brought everything through. It looks fantastic, and I just can't wait to see what you're going to do next.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Ness. Your support has just been really amazing. So thank you as well.
You are very welcome, and I know great things are to come, and I look forward to seeing them happen. Okay, thanks so much, and see you next time.
See you next time.